Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Today we have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is the 1996 animated feature from Disney, of course. It's Disney Plus. It's from 1996, an hour and 36 minutes long. And I have to admit, I don't think I saw it before today. That is blowing my mind. I keep thinking that, oh yeah, the Disney movie comes out, I go see it. I was busy in 1996, I think. And yeah, I loved the stuff that came before it. Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast and everything like that. But I don't know, somehow I must have missed this. And if I did see it, it's been completely wiped from my mind. Because you would think I would have remembered like some of the great, amazing animation in this. Is such a huge scale because they make use of a lot of forced perspective things, just blurring out the backgrounds, putting their main characters strongly in focus, especially when it comes to long shots from Quasimodo's view from high up in the bell tower, looking down on the crowds, showing how completely separate he is from the rest of society against his will. Although he's pretty much convinced himself that it's something that's best for him because that's what his master says. By the way, what was his name? Trollo. I'm wanting to. Why can't I see it? Why is his name? Yeah, Frollo. So Trollo might have worked better, but Frollo is his name, and he's kind of a pious, snooty guy. The weird thing is, he's seen as such he sees himself as such a righteous man who persecutes the gypsies. Okay, that's the last time I'm going to say that because it's said a lot in this, but it has since been understood that it is a racial slur. And I'm going to be sensitive to that. I said it once because that's the term they're using throughout the film. In that sense, it's the only thing that's not really aged well. The Romani people, Romani people. It's. I'm not as educated on this as I should be. But either way, she is among those people. Esmeralda, our heroine, our Disney princess in this thing. By the way, is she counted among the Disney princesses when they all got together in Wreck-It Ralph 2? If not, why? I just don't seem to remember her being amongst that crowd. I wonder what makes her different. I could be completely wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If she's in that group shot of all the girls, I have no idea. But anyway, she is at least. She's not so much a princess because she's a bit of an outcast. She's not revered by anyone except her own people for her resourcefulness and her obvious beauty. She is, I'm going to say this about a cartoon character, she is easily the sexiest Disney princess out of all of them. And we've had a lot of beautiful ones and smart and resourceful and but she is, holy cow, I did not realize just how freaking sexy she is. And yeah, that is not to diminish her in any way because she is astoundingly good at evading the police, seeking justice for her people. Frollo is intent on hunting her and her people down. There's a supposed secret place where they all hang out that he's been trying to find for years. And he's been hoping that Quasimodo might be the key to helping find that because he is the child of one of the Romani people that he had killed while sniffing them out. And she tried to get sanctuary in the Notre Dame church. And as she did, well, she tried to get sanctuary for her and her deformed son, which of course turned out to be Quasimodo. Frollo knocked her over and essentially killed her, and the priest who was working there at the time basically said, "Okay, you need to make this right. God is looking upon you. The eyes of Notre Dame are upon you," and there's one moment, and this even says this in the song, he felt actual fear for his soul in that moment. So he takes in the child in a sense through no good act of his own, through no generosity of his own, because he feels that the child can someday be useful, but at the same time he doesn't have anything to do with him except to drill into his head what a worthless creature he is and how lucky he is to have Frollo as a master. They're in France. Yeah, so this is a righteous, pious man. He's in conflict with the guys, at least the one guy we see, the priest we see in Notre Dame Church. So I'm not sure exactly what role he's a minister, but he seems more of a political figure than a religious figure. I'm not really sure what the history of this is supposed to be. I've not read any of the original stories this might be based on. Obviously, Disney didn't come up with this idea by themselves. This is an old tale. But it's very Disneyfied. It's actually, it's a little bit cruel because our main character, and maybe that's why it didn't do so well at the box office or become as revered as the other ones, because this main character is a deformed male who's not going to get the girl. That's kind of a cruel way to put it, but it's exactly the reason why I think it probably didn't appeal to as many audiences. Never mind the fact that Esmeralda is astonishing to look at every frame, and I feel they did like image capture, rotoscoping, whatever, because she moves like a real woman, and she's freaking mesmerizing. I can't shut up about that. Sorry. But yeah, but we get Quasimodo. By the way, Esmeralda's played by Demi Moore. Okay, that just doubles down on the hotness. We have, let's see. I gotta have to check the references here. Tom Hulse plays Quasimodo. He played Amadeus in the movie Amadeus. He hasn't done a ton else since then. He's done a few little bit parts here and there, but Amadeus and this role seem to be among his biggest. You'll recognize Kevin Kline. He plays Phoebus? How do you pronounce it? Anyway, Phoebus. He plays the handsome captain of the guard. He's a warrior. He's come to town. He's been pulled off a battle to basically help hunt down the Romani people pretty much to extinction, to get them out of there at the command of Frollo, played by Tony Jay. One other, Brian, maybe you know a lot of animated voices, but one of the most recognizable you'll find in this is Jason Alexander from Seinfeld. George Costanza. He plays Hugo, the one of the gargoyles that is Quasimodo's best friends up there in the tower. It's not completely sure if they are real. They're really real, or if it's just in his head, but they are. Because I'm pretty sure they mess with some people's minds. Some people can see them, not just him. Even the goat, Esmeralda's goat, she had to have an animal sidekick, as most princesses do. But yeah, she's a Romani princess. I got to check that Wreck-It Ralph thing, because that woman needs to be recognized as one of the iconic princesses. But yeah, it's for me, the animation, the music, it feels like it was pulled out of a huge live Broadway musical with a big chorus, a big Flight of the Valkyries kind of singing throughout. It's big. It's got a huge number that just kicks off the entire film. It's really emotional and dramatic and gothic and everything else. It's big in how it's composed. I think it's a Menken, and I think it's Menken. Why can't I think the other guy's name? But yeah, it's It's not a toss away. It doesn't have as many iconic songs as we might find from other films like Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, but it's still, I think it's also not as easy to sing. They're not really pop songs for the most part. These are big stage productions. I can see people performing this on stage, and maybe it has been, and I'm just ignorant of that fact. I don't know. But since we can't go to the theater, Hamilton's on Disney Plus right now. If you've already watched Hamilton, time to watch this if you haven't seen it yet. I was surprised at how much I really like this film, not just for the visuals or for the music. The characters are fun. Quasimodo is super sympathetic. I didn't like the fact that the gargoyles kind of gave him a lot of false hope into thinking that he'd lock down the most beautiful woman in the world. It would have been a neat thing, but somewhat unrealistic. She's probably going to end up with the handsome captain, who is on the other side. They're on opposite sides of the law, but how can they come together? How can they team up? But it does show that Quasimodo is the true hero in the end. I'm not going to spoil how, but the movie's about him. That's what the movie's named after. So he's going to be the hero, and it's a heartwarming, happy ending. And the villain Frollo is just one of the most twisted and surprisingly realistically depicted bad guys. Maybe he's a little bit more limber for a guy his age than most. But there's a song he does where he's completely admitting the fact that he wants to kill Esmeralda, but he'd also just like to make her his woman. And that's the nicest way to put it. And it's his spiritual struggle. It's sin to him. But he wants her so bad, but if he can't have her, he's going to kill her. So as people who are caught up in sin often struggle with their dual natures, and they can never reconcile them when they're so freaking greedy about the things they want. So yeah, but think they cannot or should not have due to their beliefs. I'm not going to get any further into that because that's a whole other thing. But yeah, it's this movie is pretty relevant regarding politics and society and religion. It's still very relevant, sadly. But you can ignore all that if you want to and just enjoy a good Disney film, as you should. I think you should check it out next chance you get. After you've seen Hamilton, I'm sure. So, I haven't watched Hamilton yet. Sorry. I got it. I've been trying. I've been waiting to, but I've been watching too much of this. All right, let's pick tomorrow's Disney Plus Everyday Challenge episode 632. Ooh. We're in the sixes. Oh, we're already in the sixes. 632. Oh. Well, I knew we were in the thes, if nothing else. Just like we were with the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I think we might have almost finished. I think we have one more beyond this, but we've almost watched all of the Herbie movies. This time, we're going to see, I think, the original from 1968, The Love Bug. 632, The Love Bug from 1962. All right, that's our mission. I'll see you back here tomorrow on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge.